Welcome back to Basement Movie Room. We're here. We're reviewing Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, not to be confused with the 2016 Suicide Squad by David Ayer. This one, of course, is by James Gunn, starring quite a few people from the original Suicide Squad, sort of. You got Joel Kinnaman as Colonel Flag. I want to call him Randall Flag, but that's from The Dark Tower. That's
Rick.
not. It's Rick Flag in this.
Yeah.
And you also have, of course, Margot Robbie reprising her role as Harley Quinn. There's no way they're going to let her get away. Michael
Rooker, sorry.
As Savant.
Savant, yes.
You got Sean Gunn as Weasel, which is hilarious. You also have
typical
Nathan Fillion as somebody that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
So this is not a plot I really want to go a lot into because I don't want to spoil this movie because I think it's something you got to watch to understand. But just know that maybe the people you see at the first of the movie are not the people you're going to see at the end of the movie. A little bit of spoiler there, maybe. But, you still get Flag, you still get Harley Quinn. Then you get introduced to the new character, which is...
They really handled these throwaway villains.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Throwaway villains / heroes.
Yes.
In this
Yeah. They handled them perfectly.
Got, like Captain Javelin or something like that. And,
so good.
Yeah. But, it's terrific. Of course, you've got Viola Davis returning as Amanda Waller, who's just a ruthless son of a bitch.
So much more ruthless in this one than the first one.
Yeah, she's even worse in this one. Yeah.
You really hate her.
And then you have your new characters, which is our Deadshot stand-in, Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Who I liked better than Bloodsport, to be honest.
Yeah.
I loved Will Smith in the first one. I thought he was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Him and Harley Quinn. Bloodsport, played by Idris Elba. You have Peacemaker, played by John Cena, which is, my God. If Cena ever does another role, he'll never top this one.
No.
He'll never top this.
I'm not as big of John Cena fan.
No,
anymore.
me neither. Me neither. You are.
You like him.
I like him a little bit better in some other stuff.
I find him annoying when he tries to force his comedy, and that's what the roles that I hate him in. This role for him, in my opinion, is great. He does an amazing job throughout.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So nothing's forced. He does a really good job acting in the serious parts too. So,
yeah. Then you have
good job, Cena.
I can't remember her name. I saw her name at the end, but you have Ratcatcher 2, the daughter of Ratcatcher, played by Taika Waititi.
Yes.
Played Ratcatcher, which is a great little cameo role.
Yes.
We were assuming that he got to know James Gunn through the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then James Gunn probably called him and said, like, "Hey, can you play this little role?" And Taika, I think Taika's a real good dude, man. I think he's down for anything. So
a little
he'll jump in
crossover
there.
From Marvel into this.
Yeah, he was also in a DC movie though. He was in the all-time great Green Lantern.
But was he?
No, he doesn't. Him and Ryan Reynolds don't recall doing that movie.
The first time they worked together was in
Free Guy, which comes out in a couple weeks. Yeah. So you have Taika playing the father of Ratcatcher 2, Ratcatcher, and then you have I don't know the guy's name. He was in Dark Knight. He's in Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Polka Dot Man,
which is awesome.
Oh.
Some of the best comic relief in the movies, honestly.
That character.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
The characters in this movie, you didn't want to see anything happen to them. You were rooting for them.
No, I love Polka Dot Man.
Unlike the first one. I mean, I think they really improved on...
They did. In a short time, they made these characters likable.
Yes.
Even though most of them are second-rate villains.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody are D-list villains even. Who's ever heard of Polka Dot Man? He's probably been in like 3 comics. And God forbid I'm saying that wrong. He could, for all I know, he could be like a top villain of The Flash or something. I don't know. But nobody's really ever heard of Polka Dot Man. I'd never heard of Bloodsport before, which I'm assuming they dug him out because Will Smith probably didn't want to come back and make another movie, or they didn't want Will Smith back. But he works fine, and it's really funny. There's a scene earlier on when Bloodsport meets Peacemaker, John Cena's character, and he's like, This guy does the exact same thing I do because they're both like marksmen. They can
Yeah.
shoot anything at a distance and kill anything, and it's very funny because they have a rivalry that goes throughout the movie, which has a payoff ultimately.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's done very well.
so basically, they send the Suicide Squad on a mission. Technically, they send 2 Suicide Squads on a mission to this small country. And this is a very self-contained story, is the funny thing. Like, this has nothing to do with anything else in the DC Extended Universe. They don't care about Man of Steel. They don't care about Justice League. This is its own self-contained story in this universe that just it's in fact self-contained to a small island country.
Yeah.
Even. So
basically Cuba.
it's not gonna. It's basically Cuba.
Yeah.
It really is.
So-
It's not gonna have effect on anything else in the universe because the end of the movie kind of wraps most things up. There's no like overarching villain that's gonna come back as far as we can tell. But yeah,
is there?
or is there? Yes. Yes.
You have to
quite.
watch it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to go much into the plot because, like I said, I don't want to spoil it. I think you
Exactly.
need to see it.
It's so much fun.
For one thing, I think the plot's kind of difficult to explain of this movie because there's just so much to it. But it's a James Gunn plot. I mean,
a lot of
it's
twists and turns that you like.
yeah. If you
would
like,
have figured would come from this.
yeah, there's
type
a
of
lot.
movie.
There really is.
Yeah. So
If you like the Guardians films, if you like anything James Gunn has ever done, including his Trauma films, which Trauma's a acquired taste, you're probably going to like this. It's got that James Gunn sensibility. You got Sean Gunn in the movie in a couple of roles as well, of course, and he loves to
God.
just punish his brother with
Weasel.
crazy
Oh, God.
Weasel. Weasel's played by
Right
Sean
off the
Gunn.
bat,
You're
I'm
going to
like-
see him.
right off the bat,
You
I'm
called
like,
it.
That's got to be his brother.
That's Sean Gunn. Yeah.
That's Sean Gunn.
Yeah. And we're in the St. Louis area, so
Yeah.
the Gunn family is from the St. Louis area, so we're big fans, of course. But yeah, so I'm not going to go into the plot of this, but just suffice to say that the plot doesn't really matter. The movie is just there to entertain. The plot is kind of like a standard plot. There's really nothing to it. It's you got Peter Capaldi that shows up as one of the villains at some point as well. Who, if you're a Who fan, you'll know Peter Capaldi as one of the doctors. What is he, like the 13th Doctor, 14th Doctor? I don't know. I can't remember. 13th, I think. So if you're a Doctor Who fan, you'll like to see Peter Capaldi in this. He almost has some, and you've never watched Doctor Who. I don't think, so,
No.
at least not significantly.
No.
He's
I've
definitely
seen a couple.
you can pick up on Capaldi's Doctor Who personality in this, in my opinion. Like if you watch the Capaldi Who, he's very sarcastic and almost like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you pick that up. That's just Capaldi in general. I think Peter Capaldi's great. So yeah, you see him. You see a number of other kind of character actors that you'll recognize throughout this movie. But yeah. So I mean, not going to plot. I don't really have much else to say about the movie right now.
Just
but,
so much fun.
yeah, it's
It
a
was a lot
ton
of
of
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. Like it's a James Gunn movie, so of course it's going to be fun. And like I mentioned to him, Slither, which is one of James Gunn's horror movies before he got in the Marvel universe, which is great because Michael Rooker has a appearance in this movie, and he's in Slither, and Slither's fantastic. If you haven't seen that, see that as well because James Gunn just amazingly, it's a gross out horror film that's actually a lot of fun. So all of James Gunn's work is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much a Gunn.
Yeah,
James Gunn soundtrack.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, soundtrack. It's not even really a score. So,
Yeah.
but it's the same guy that did the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Stephen Price
So,
was his name.
yeah,
He's an Academy Award-winning composer that did.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on a lot of like score in
Yeah.
this movie. It's mostly
Some
licensed
of the,
music.
Yeah, some of the.
There's a little bit.
Yeah, the serious moments had it, but nothing. It's typical James Gunn.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
he threw his flavor in there, and I think the composer just took that.
Yeah.
That mixtape that he put together for this movie and made the score. So
Volume 1, Suicide Squad Volume
Volume
1,
one.
right?
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah. But also, performances in this movie were just uniformly fantastic.
Oh,
everybody
it
in
was
it's
great.
great. Cena, I think, is your standout. Cena's
That's
just.
just us.
I mean, I think it's honestly the best role Cena's had. I really like him in in Blockers, and what was the other movie with Tina Fey in it where he plays a drug dealer, and Trainwreck.
Oh yeah, Trainwreck.
Pazuzu is his name as the drug dealer in the one movie. I can't remember what movie that is. It's like high school reunion movie or something with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. I think are both in it. But yeah,
he's not a lead man. He's a good
supporting character actor type. He really is. Like, he even acknowledged recently that, like, his early movie career, he made so many mistakes with, like, movies like 12 Rounds. That was freaking terrible.
The Marine was great.
The Marine was also terrible.
Just
the WWE films he made. He made bad choices early on. Yeah. He's made a lot better choices recently. He's terrific in this. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe the best part of the movie is Cena. His ridiculous gun, his ridiculous character. Some of the scenes you've seen in the trailers, which that was weird. Like, some of the scenes you saw in the trailers were in daylight, and then in the movie they were in nighttime.
At night, yeah.
Which means they did day for night, but it was actually pretty good looking day for night in this movie. They did well. Oh, I have to mention King Shark. King Shark, played by, spoiler, Sylvester Stallone.
And you'll figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah, you'll figure it out quick. Yeah, it's not a surprise. Yeah. He's in the opening credits as well, and you were like, "Oh, who's Sylvester Stallone in this?" I was like, "You'll know."
Yeah.
So
2 minutes later, I was like,
the CG in this movie was on point. I mean, I'm talking perfect. Like, every time King Shark was on screen, he felt like a part of the scene. He didn't feel out of place. There was no, like, uncanny valley. There was no, like, jagged edges on him or anything. Mm-hmm. It was just pitch perfect CG. So I had to mention that for sure. Because everything in this movie is very well done. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, he just blended right in.
Yeah, I think there had to be like a guy in a suit in some scenes where they just enhanced it with CG. I don't see any other way, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's all like just Sean Gunn running around in a green suit. I don't know. Because it could be. Or Sylvester Stallone, maybe. Yeah. I don't think so, though, in that one. But yeah, so I don't really have much else to say about the movie other than the rating. So
it's pretty much everything we can say about it without spoiling it.
Yeah, I think everybody's saying it. Everybody seems to like this movie. It's like a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is unheard of.
You brought up, this might be the best DC movie.
It tops Wonder Woman for me. It honestly does.
Yeah.
Oh, the final villain in this one, although ridiculous, I think is better than the final villain in Wonder Woman. I think it was a better antagonist for the heroes.
Than Wonder Woman. 84.
I'm not talking about 84. And this review is probably going to go up before our Wonder Woman 84 review, because I think I'm going to put this one up first.
Yes.
Because Wonder Woman 84, whatever. I'm not going into Wonder Woman 84. I've said enough of that on the review that I'm going to post at some point. All right, let's go to rating, because I don't have much else to say. What do you got?
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta go. 4-3. I really, really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with it. Laughed out loud a couple times.
Oh, it's so fun.
It was just loved it.
Yeah.
Don't know how else to put it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I'm giving it a 4.5, and that's a ridiculous rating for a movie based on a comic book, to be honest, because it's just that good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there with all the MCU movies, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Some of the best MCU movies. Like Infinity War, in this, I couldn't say I had a better time with Infinity War than I did this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different time, but I can't say I'd have a better time.
I
laughed a lot more. Infinity War's kind of a downer, ultimately.
I mean, the Snyder Cut for DC was one of my favorites. Favorite out of all of Marvel and DC. But, man, I don't know. This might top it.
This is above it for me. I love the Snyder Cut, but this is better.
Yeah.
Snyder executive produced this, of course, because he's the DC guy. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, I think average of 4.4.
Yeah, it's true. Between the two of us. Yeah. You can do math. What? Thanks for watching Basement Movie Room. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Oh my God, we've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit.
I don't wanna do your
I love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.